Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about Anise Hyssop, why this plant is interesting, why you might consider having it in your garden, and what you can use it for. Join me. So let's first look into the origin of this plant. Although the name is Anise Hyssop, it's not related to anise, and it's not related to hyssop. Hyssop, the other plant that is called like that, is native to the Mediterranean region, and this one is native to North America, and it actually belongs to the mint family. So you can find this plant growing in the wild in the north central or northern part of North America, in Canada too, and apparently it's very common to be found in the wild. I have never seen this plant grow here in the wild, and I didn't even think it was available for purchase. So for me this was an interesting thing, and this is why I brought it home. So as you can see, it is very similar to most other mints. I'm gonna focus so that I can show you. The stem is quite square. Yeah, it has a touch of like a, I don't know, like a woody mint or like hairy mint. It's kind of tough to the touch. The flowers are not scented, although they're beautiful and full of nectar. What is scented are the leaves. So the leaves have really nice anise, licorice type of scent, and this particular plant, apparently it's really tasty, because you can see that caterpillars have already munched on it. So you can use this plant, well, it has several different medicinal uses. First, apart from being beautiful, a medicinal use, it was mainly discovered and used by Native American people. You find some texts that say that they used it as a wound healing poultice as well. It was used in sweat lodges to induce sweating, and they used it as well to treat coughs. Actually nowadays it has studies that found it has some antibacterial properties. So since it has that scent, like either minty or anisey or licorice, this makes you think of a use as if you would use a licorice root, so to either soothe coughs or for example just prepare a tea to soothe the lungs after heavy coughing. Or since it has this really nice fragrance, I suppose you could use it in cookies or baking. Some sites recommend, I haven't tried yet, that you can chop the leaves in a salad as if you would use mint, or in a fruit salad, which I suppose it should be amazing. All the plant is edible, so you can use and eat the flowers. You can use the leaves, obviously, and in that sense I think you could use it as any other mint, I suppose. Maybe in a salad or in a soup. Some people even add the leaves when they're dried to some potpourri arrangements. Apparently the scent conserves quite well, so in that sense it is a very useful plant too. Now about its uses in the garden and how to propagate. So in terms of propagation, from what I've heard, the person who sold me the plant told me that it is very easy because the seeds drop and it reseeds naturally. If you buy the seeds, you will need to cold stratify them, so you either sow them in fall and they make it through the winter to sprout in spring, or you can reproduce this cold stratification process at home in the fridge, and then sow the seeds in spring. As well, in terms of winter growing, apparently this plant, especially this one in the area where it was grown, the parents' plants would like die back and then they regrow in spring, so you might count on it coming back. So reproduction by seeds, obviously, as we said, either letting them drop the seed or starting them from seed. As well, you can take soft cuttings in spring, and they have rhizomes as well, so this is why they are very good to grow in with other plants that's like spread, for example Achillea species or other perennial plants with similar growing habit. So they have, this one in particular has like these little pops on the side, so you can see here one. Whether they were from the rhizomes or from a seed, I don't know, I can't tell, but when I unpot this one to plant it in the garden, I will know. I'm very curious to see the rhizomes actually. So in that sense, I have no experience for now, but I can just show you an image when I plant it, just to see how they look like. So they can grow from seed, they can spread with their rhizomes, and you can start them from cuttings too. Now, if they grow from rhizomes, as you might know, you can divide them too. So you either divide them in late fall before winter, or in spring, and you will have two plants. Especially if it's a hybrid, I suppose it will be better, because with hybrid species sometimes the plants don't grow through from seed. So yeah, when I have unpotted this one, I'm gonna show you some pictures how the rhizomes look like, and where the plant is going to stay. It will be probably in the allotment, in the wilder one, and it will be an excellent bee food. This plant is very beneficial for insects. Apparently butterflies, hummingbirds, bees love to feed on it, and a lot of moths and beetles too. And I have read in some place, I really don't know if this is true, that an acre of this plant could feed 100 beehives. It seems like a lot of beehives to me, but I don't have an acre and I have never had bees, so I really don't know but it could be viable because apparently it has a lot of flowers and it's a very prolific bloomer for a long time. So I suppose this could be true. So if I have a minute to tell you why you should grow this plant. Well, first, for its beautiful flowers. They're full of nectar and they're very good for pollinators. Then its leaves are really fragrant and nice, and you can use them in desserts, salads, teas. It has medicinal uses too. It suits coughs, and you can use it as if you would licorice if you have heavy cough, and it's calming too. Native people used it to treat wounds too, so it can be a wound or burns reliever. It is easy to manage and it's relatively drought tolerant. As well, it's deer resistant according to some sites that I have read, and it's easy to propagate, so what not to love about it? Thank you very much for watching. I wish you a wonderful week and all the best.